Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to easily cut this beautiful half circle dress. So this is part 1 where I'll be showing you how to cut. Make sure you watch part 2 just below this video where I'll be showing you how to sew this dress. And if you'd love to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss out when I post new videos. So let's get into part 1 of cutting. So to make my dress, I'm going to be using this African printed fabric, which is 100% cotton, and my lining, which is also 100% cotton. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll start by drafting the top part of the dress, then we'll draft the bottom part later. So to make the top part, I have my fabric folded and I have my center front, as you can see. Then the first measurement I'm going to put is my shoulder measurement. I got my shoulder measurement by placing the measuring tape from one shoulder to the other, then I divided by 2. So as shown in the illustration, place your measuring tape from one shoulder to the other, then divide by 2. Then next I'll put my neck with measurements by placing the measuring tape around my neck, then I divided by 4. So that is my neck width measurement. Then next I'm going to slant my shoulder by going down by ½ inch on the shoulder line. Then I'll connect my shoulder slants to my neck width. It's important to slant the shoulder because our shoulders are a bit slanty. Most cases our shoulders are not just straight, they slant. So that's why it's important to slant your shoulders. Then next I'm going to put my neck depth measurements. So neck depth measurements, I don't necessarily have to take any measurements, I just have to determine how deep I want my neck to be. So my neck depth is going to be 4 inches deep. You can go 5 or 6, it's up to you. So for this pattern I'm going 4 inches wide, deep then I'll connect my neck width to my neck depth and make my neck measurement and make my neckline. So this is my neckline. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my shoulder to bust measurement by placing the measuring tape from my shoulder down to my bust as shown on the illustration. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line just across. The next I'm going to put my shoulder to waist measurement, placing the measuring tape from my shoulder down to the waist because I want my dress to end from the waist, my dress to be connected from the waist. I want the skirt to be connected from the waist, the bottom of the dress. I'm going to draw a horizontal line, as you can see. The next I'm going to find my armhole by placing the measuring tape around my armhole, then divide by 2. So my armhole divided by 2 was 8 inches. You place the measuring tape around your armhole as shown on the illustration, then divide by 2. So this is my armhole. And I'm going to draw a horizontal line and connect the armhole line downwards. Next I'm going to find the midpoints of this armhole line. I'm going to go inwards by ½ inch, then connect and curve my armhole, as you can see. The next I'm going to find my bust circumference, divide by 4 by placing the measuring tape around the bust, then divide by 4. That is how you find your bust circumference here. So I'm going to fold my measuring tape 4 times here. After placing my measuring tape around my bust circumference was 35 inches. So I'm going to fold my measuring tape 4 times. That is the easiest technique of dividing your bust by 4. Folding your measuring tape 4 times. So I just found my bust circumference divided by 4. Then I'm also going to add wearing ease and seam allowance. Wearing ease is very important because this is not a stretch fabric. Whenever you're working with non-stretch fabric, make sure you add wearing ease of just half an inch or 0.25. Then next I'm going to find my waist circumference, divide by 4 by placing the measuring tape around my waist, then divide by 4. I'll use the technique. I'm going to fold my measuring tape 4 times. I'll fold 2 times, then 4 times, then the second time to make 4 folds. So that is my waist circumference divide by 4. I'm also going to add wearing ease and seam allowance. So I'll place my measurements down here. Then I'm going to connect these 2 points, and after connecting, we're now going to work on the skirt part, the bottom part of the dress, which is the half circle. So let me just connect this and move on to the bottom part of the dress. So for the bottom part of the dress, which is a half circle, the first thing I'm going to do is fold my fabric into 2. As you can see, I have folded it into 2. Then I'm going to fold it diagonally from this corner here. This is a diagonal fold. This is how you make your half circle, guys. Very, very important step. I'll link another video of full circle skirts. It's very different from half circle. So after making this cone, I'm now going to show you how to make your radius, how to calculate your radius and draw these 2 lines here. So to calculate your radius, you have to use the formula r is equal to radius is equal to waist circumference divided by 3.14. This is the standard measurement for a half circle. So after calculating my waist circumference divided by 3.14, I'll put my radius right here, as you can see. Then I'm going to connect and make this line. So this is my radius that I'm putting from the top corner down here. I'm rotating it. So that is the radius. Then I'll determine how long I want my skirt to be. I'll go downwards and put my full length of skirt. And I'll keep rotating the full length, as you can see as I'm doing, till I reach the end and connect the lines. So I'm going to cut out my full circle, my half circle skirt rather, that I'm going to connect later to my top part of the dress. So make sure you watch part 2 where I'll be showing you how to sew. So let me just cut this and then I'll show you how to make your sleeves. After this, we'll be drafting the sleeves, then later on part 2, the sewing of the dress. So I've just finished cutting the skirt, half circle skirt, and once I open it, you're going to see that it truly looks like a half circle. That's where the name half circle comes from. Once I open it, it's a half circle. So let's now draft the sleeves. Let me show you how to draft the sleeves. So I'm going to show you one of the easiest and fastest ways of drafting a sleeve pattern. So as you can see, the first thing I'm going to do is fold my fabric in 2. So I have folded this fabric in 2, and then I'm going to go downwards by 5 inches. As you can see, 5 inches, which is a constant 5 inches. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line here, the 5 inches across, like I'm doing this, the horizontal line I'm drawing across. Then after drawing the horizontal line on 5 inches, I'm going to curve from this point down to the horizontal line. I'll make a curve similar to the armhole curve. That's the curve. I hope you guys can see. Just follow what I'm doing. So after curving, this is my armhole curve. I'm going to get my armhole measurement. My armhole divide by 2, which is 8. So I'm going to go on this curve with my measuring tape to see if this is equivalent to 8 inches, which is my armhole measurement divide by 2. So I'm going to go around with my measuring tape around this curve and stop at 8 inches, which is my armhole measurement divide by 2. So there is 8 inches. I'm going to stop right there, and I'll add 1 inch of seam allowance right there. So next I'm going to determine how long I want my sleeve to be from the top part going down. So this is where my sleeve will be. This is not a full length. It ends somewhere below my elbow. So I'm going to put my elbow circumference divide by 2 right on that line. Then I'll connect it like I'm doing. So this is the easiest technique, guys. So now make sure you watch part 2 where I'll be showing you how to sew and stitch the dress.